Hello my friends from the most charming cities on earth, Charleston, South Carolina. So we have incredible 2 days planned, and it's right now late March, so city is blooming. It's such a celebration for your senses, and I cannot wait to get started, so let's go. Charleston is a truly beautiful city, with its exquisite architecture, tall and colorful, planted in a pristinely clean, old and nostalgic cobblestone streets, and decorated with carefully selected plants and flowers. It sounds like church bells, and it tastes like oysters. We spent the loveliest weekend wandering the streets, enjoying food and stores, the islands, and the incredible nature. Charleston has been battered by tough storms and harsh history, but today it emerges as a fascinating mix of old and new, sophisticated perfection and casual beauty. Charleston, the Charles town, in honor of King of England Charles II, was founded in 1670. The city was known for its religious diversity and became a home to about 400 churches of different denominations, for which it's called a holy city. Very soon after the city was founded, they started building these beautiful Charleston-style houses. At least 1,500 of these buildings are still standing today. They have not always been so pretty and pink. After Civil War, Charleston was so tired-looking that in 1931, Dorothy Haskell, a pioneer of historic preservation in Charleston, with a hope to revitalize the city, painted some homes in pink, which started a trend, and other residents followed. But as clashing contrast to this charming beauty, Charleston was also a major port city of the South, which meant that slaves would be brought here by ships and sold on these streets, and later in the slave mart. So this slave mart was basically created because of tightening slavery laws. What happened was that Congress enacted a law banning slave trading internationally in 1808. However, they never banned at the time, they didn't ban domestic trading, and during those years, domestic trading was happening publicly. Eventually, the government banned public slave trading, so they built this mart so they could do it privately. When Union Army came, they destroyed all slave marts. This is the only one standing. It is a museum now. But in, of course, 1865, slavery was banned altogether. It is hard to imagine how the streets of this beautiful city were hosting the auctions where humans were selling or buying other humans. And what a great reminder of how precious and valuable freedom is. One of the treasures of South Carolina is the Angel Oaktree, that is known for its beauty and age, and it was an absolute must-see. This tree is more than 500 years old. If you really think about it, it is alive since at least 1500s. It lived through brutal storms and wars. It actually got to see the entire history of our country, and if only it could talk. And a funny story, I asked why it's called Angel Oak Tree. It turns out to be that it used to belong to a plantation, to a family, and the guy's daughter got married and her husband's last name was Angel. Very anticlimactic kind of story. But yeah, so it belonged to Angel family until like late 1900s, 1981 I think, and then eventually city of Charleston purchased the place, and now they're trying to preserve it. But until then, it was private property of Angel family. Because of its age, the Angel tree grew to be 66 feet tall, and its shade covers 17,000 square feet. Its longest branch is 187 feet. The tree is open to public only for a certain time, and they're strict about it, so make sure to check the hours. Oak trees are a big part of South Carolina's nature. Some plantations around Charleston have beautiful avenues of oak trees. Look at this moss. It's everywhere here in South, and it's a big part of South ecology. However, it's called Spanish moss, but it's technically really not a moss. It's a tropical plant that grows when it's attached to other plants. As long as it's not in soil, it has such a unique and fairy tale, mysterious look and gives such a mystery to the place. I never realized that when people say that you can experience island life in Charleston, that you actually do get to experience island life in Charleston. So yes, a trip to Charleston cannot be complete without spending a day enjoying water and sun off the coast of the city. There's 34 sea islands, which is some of them are tidal islands that are like submerged when tide is high or when they get exposed when tide is low. And then there's also barrier islands, which is like islands that are going parallel to the mainland, and they usually act as a barrier for erosion of the mainland, or during Civil War it also played a huge strategic role trying to protect Charleston. Most of the islands here are famous for incredible long and wide sandy beaches. Some are bustling with attractions, some are tranquil, and some are historic. I linked in the description a list of 25 islands and what they're known for, so for sure, check it out. We drove to Jones Island to take a boat tour. It is a barrier island, one of the largest on the East Coast, larger than Long Island. And while it is just a few miles away from downtown Charleston, it certainly feels like a world away, chill and casual. This area has a very unique salt marsh tidal creek ecosystem. It is basically a grass-dominated land where water covers ground for long periods of time. Here are hundreds and thousands of acres of salt marsh tidal creeks in Southeast. People of South Carolina are devoted to raising awareness and preserving the nature here. We rode our boat to Morris Island, a truly unique and beautiful island. It is burdened by a tragic history of Civil War, as one of the biggest and bloodiest battles happened here. The Confederates were using this island to protect South Harbor of Charleston, and the Union Army needed to capture it so they could advance into Charleston. Thousands of soldiers on both sides were captured, wounded, or killed and buried here in a mass grave. I talked some more about nature, history, and island with our Captain Craig, and will link it in the description, so check it out. I was amazed what an incredible abundance of oysters you find here. Native Americans who lived here relied heavily on the extensive oyster beds found in the tidal creeks. We hang out at Bowen's Island, a 13-acre island near Folly Beach, and enjoyed locally harvested oysters at their Bowen's Island oyster joint. It's not even from farm to table, it's more like from backyard to table, and it was so good. It gets crowded after 5, so get here early. Well, you guys, this is it. It was an awesome trip. It was a lot, the city, the tree, the islands, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I upload every Sunday. The links and the rest of Carolina videos are in the description below. And thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!